Los Angeles, a city of dreams and shadows. And in early 2013, within one of its oldest and darkest buildings, the Cecil Hotel, a mystery unfolded that still baffles investigators and haunts the internet. The death of 21-year-old Elisa Lam. Her story is more than a tragedy. It's a puzzle filled with eerie coincidences, bizarre behavior, and chilling symbolism. And at the center of it all, a girl alone, far from home, whose final moments were captured in one of the internet's most infamous videos. Elisa Lam was born in British Columbia, Canada. In 1991, a University of British Columbia student, Elisa was known for her creative mind, love of fashion, and honest reflections about mental health. She was diagnosed with bipolar disorder and depression, something she spoke about openly on her blog, Ether Fields. In January 2013, she set off on a solo trip along the west coast of the US, seeking adventure and inspiration. Her posts chronicled visits to San Diego and Santa Cruz. Her destination after that, Los Angeles. On January 26th, she checked into the Cecil Hotel. The Cecil Hotel, built in 1924, had long earned a reputation for darkness. In the decades since its opening, the building saw numerous suicides, murders, and connections to serial killers. Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker, reportedly lived on the 14th floor in the 1980s. Austrian serial killer Jack Unterweger also stayed there while committing his crimes in LA, even before Elisa's stay. Locals viewed the hotel as cursed. It had been rebranded as Stay on Main, but its history was impossible to hide. Elisa was originally assigned a shared room, but her roommates complained of strange behavior, prompting staff to move her to a private room. On January 31st, she was supposed to check out and head to Santa Cruz. She never did. Her family, alarmed by the sudden silence, contacted authorities. The LAPD launched a search. Sniffer dogs scoured the hotel. No trace was found. For nearly 3 weeks, she was simply missing. On February 14th, LAPD released the now infamous surveillance footage. The last known sighting of Elisa Lam inside an elevator. Elisa steps into the elevator and presses multiple buttons, but the doors don't close. She peeks outside, as if someone's following her. She jumps back in, hides in the corner, then steps out again, waving her hands in odd, fluid motions. Her body language shifts rapidly. Fear, confusion, then almost playfulness. At one point, she appears to talk to someone off-screen. The elevator doesn't move. It's unsettling. Millions watched the video. Theories exploded. Was Elisa on drugs? Was she hallucinating? Or was someone or something after her? On February 19th, guests began to complain about the water. Low pressure, odd color, strange taste. A maintenance worker climbed to the roof and opened the lid of a water tank. Inside was the body of Elisa Lam, but she was naked. Her clothes were nearby. The tank was nearly full and incredibly difficult to access. The question wasn't just how she died, but how she got there in the first place. There were no ladders, no unlocked access points, and no alarms were triggered. The tank's lid was supposedly closed again after her body entered. Was she alone, or was someone with her? The autopsy revealed no physical trauma, no evidence of sexual assault, and no alcohol or recreational drugs in her system. Only traces of her prescribed medication were found, possibly suggesting she had skipped some doses. The cause of death: accidental drowning, with bipolar disorder as a contributing factor. But many weren't convinced. The autopsy report was amended weeks after its release, omitting inconsistencies. Online investigators and internet sleuths pointed to unanswered questions. Why was Elisa's behavior so erratic? Why did hotel staff contradict each other about roof access? Why weren't fingerprints or DNA results released? The mystery quickly became internet legend. By YouTube channels, Reddit threads, and blogs dissected every frame of the elevator video. Some saw demonic figures. Others said Elisa was mimicking the Korean elevator game, a ritual meant to open portals to other worlds. There was even talk of government cover-ups and biological warfare. Around the same time as Elisa's death, a tuberculosis outbreak occurred among LA's homeless, and the test for TB. It was called the Elisa test. Mere coincidence, or something deeper? Another victim of internet hysteria was musician Morbid, whose videos were wrongly connected to Elisa's death. The online mob labeled him a suspect, though he hadn't been near LA at the time. He was later cleared, but his career was devastated. Officially, the rooftop was sealed, with locked doors and alarms. So how did Elisa get up there? Hotel employees gave conflicting statements. Some said the alarm was functional. Others claimed it had been deactivated. The only access point was a narrow staircase, and lifting the tank lid would have been nearly impossible for one person. What's more, some guests claimed they heard strange noises the night Elisa vanished. No one followed up. In 2021, Netflix released Crime Scene: The Vanishing at the Cecil Hotel, revisiting the case. It focused on internet obsession, Elisa's mental illness, and the hotel's security flaws. Some found closure. Others felt it raised more questions. The documentary made one thing clear: the truth may never be known. And that's what makes the case unforgettable. Was Elisa Lam the victim of psychosis, an accidental fall, or something far more sinister? Her death is a haunting blend of fact and speculation, where digital obsession, real tragedy, and the unknown intersect. Her story reminds us of the limits of logic, and how sometimes, even in an age of technology, the truth can remain hidden behind locked doors, unanswered alarms, and a single silent elevator. May her memory spark compassion, not just curiosity, and may she find the peace this world couldn't give her.